wedding anniversary. And we decided to make it a day late to throw you off. It's June 22nd, 1997. And I don't know what time it is. It's about 4:45. And you're supposed to be here about 4:30. So and as you can see, a lot of people are already here. So, anyway. And this is your wedding dress. And probably still fits today. Look at those luscious lips. And your wedding cake is here. And now, this is not the real cake from your wedding. And here's your wedding cake again. And this is the invitations that were sent out to everyone. And this is the hall. This is at the Elks in Leechburg. Many of your friends are already here. And there's your daughter, all wound up. Here's the head table. This is my spot, near the end. Since I'm low on the hierarchy at this point, and I don't see anyone leaving too quick, I guess I'll always be there, so.
Is this okay for us to sit?
No, is that the one with the sign? Oh, yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Bye.
Hello. And here's the head table. Oh. Here's your daughter. She's a little frantic too. Oh, her typical look, isn't that lovely? Always something to remember for your 50th. Oh, and here's your grandson. There you go. And this is the gift table. And believe you me, it's probably only about half filled now. More and more people are coming. Oh, and there's Linda.
Hello there.
Hello. Hello. Fine. Okay, people mingling. That's your 50th wedding anniversary. Okay. Second, I'll tell you when. Go ahead.
Happy anniversary, Betty and Bundy.
All right, one more time. I'm sorry.
Happy anniversary, Betty and Bundy.
Okay. Okay, Ann Ellis. Hold on.
I hope I'm here for your 60th, Betty and Bundy.
Okay. Next. What would you like to say to Betty and Bundy?
Wish her many more years after this.
Okay. Julia?
I love them very much.
Okay. Do you have anything to say to Betty and Bundy? Okay. Louise, do you and Uncle Al have anything to say to Betty and Bundy?
Yes, we wish you many happy anniversaries to come.
Okay. Okay, Grandma, you have anything to say to Betty and Bundy?
Oh my goodness, that was 1980. Do you have anything to say to Betty and Bundy?
Okay. Linda?
Same here.
Okay. Okay. Fred?
Hi, Glenn. Do I want to say anything to them?
Yeah.
Happy anniversary. I didn't even know they invented pictures back then.
Okay. Floyd, do you have anything to say to Betty and Bundy?
Yeah, how you doing?
Okay.
It'll last another 100 years.
Okay, that's simple enough.
I won't be around to see you.
I'm just going to go around and say what you want to Betty and Bundy. Go ahead, Fred. Go ahead. Anything? Hello? Okay. No?
Tell Betty I knew about this when I saw her in the doctor's office.
Okay. Next. Do you have anything to say to Betty and Bundy? Okay. Go ahead. Okay. Okay. Go ahead. I'm sorry? Okay. Good enough. Do you have anything to say to Betty and Bundy?
Oh, I just wish them many, many more happy anniversaries.
Okay.
Good health.
Okay. Deb, do you have anything to say?
Happy anniversary.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Happy anniversary, many more.
Okay.
It's a great day for you.
Okay, great. Thanks. Oh, that's okay. Go ahead. Say whatever you'd like.
Hi, baby. I think congratulations on your anniversary.
Okay.
Congratulations, Betty and Bundy, and many, many more.
Okay. Okay. No comment. Okay. Go ahead. Okay. No comment. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Get up on stage and recite in other words, give me liberty or give me similar.
Okay.
After that.
Go ahead.
Nice decorations on the table.
Okay.
I'm really happy to be here to see all these people again.
Good.
Makes me feel rejuvenated.
Okay.
So happy for Betty and Bundy.
Okay. Wait. Okay, go ahead.
We're delighted to be here with them and hope they have a wonderful 50th anniversary celebration.
Okay.
Thanks for having us.
Okay.
Betty and Bundy, it's hard to believe it's been 50 years. You seem so young. It's been great to be a part of this and have many more years.
Okay. Sandy, you have any comments? Okay.
Hey, happy 50th. Make sure at the next party down back, maybe you'll finally have a beer with us.
Okay. Okay.
We love you.
Betty and Bundy on a wonderful day today.
Okay.
Betty, you're joining the group. You and Bundy both.
Okay. Okay. Any comments?
Congratulations.
Okay.
Good luck, and we'll see you on 25 more.
Okay, great.
Oh, yes,
Go ahead, John. Okay. Ruby?
I know, I can't think of anything about her. She was just a beautiful neighbor.
Okay. Yolanda?
Well, I can think of a whole lot of good things to say, but I'm trying to think of the bad things. I think I would say, when we've had a very long and everybody was going to wish you well.
Okay.
We love them all, in spite of the podcast.
Okay. Kathy, don't run away. Come on. You're here. I got you. Go.
What are we saying?
Hey! Oh, watch out.
It was so nice you could come. Having Did you know? Okay, Bundy, you're on candid camera. Tell me what you think.
If I tell you what I think, you can run away.
Okay, Mumsy. How's it look? You think you can still slide into it? Okay. Okay.
Hi, Daddy and Bundy.
Okay. Okay. Hey, whatever you would like. What do you think?
Oh, you mean the sound work? Was it a surprise?
Everybody that I can remember is here. Small wedding. Another wedding.
Yes, it is a small wedding. Wait till Bundy gets this bill.
We could have done that. Then we had a hard time leaving.
Bundy, you have anything to say? Okay. Thanks for that insight. Phoebe?
Thank goodness it's finally here. Thank goodness.
Okay.
I think she was surprised.
Yeah. Okay, Andy?
Hey, we made it.
Yeah, there you go.
We survived.
Okay, Janet?
Real boring speeches here, right?
It's great. It's great. It turned out to be a surprise.
And I'm still getting suggestions to add to my speech.
No. What you have is
Well,
what you
People
got.
keep walking up, they keep giving me more and more stuff.
You're such a speech maker, you know? That's why.
I'm gonna get up and say, this is it.
Okay, BJ, you're up.
Mom was just telling me a story and how they came in, but I just want to say I agree with Barb. Thank goodness it's here. No more watching everything I say, thinking before I speak. You know, with me that's real hard to do, Mom. But I just want to say I hope they have a wonderful time tonight, and we'll see them at their 100th.
Okay. Oh, here we go. Stand up. Stand up. Come on. All right, what do you guys have to say?
Nothing.
Okay, that's great. I'm glad to hear that.
All right. Want to hear it again?
Oh, come on.
Well, we're happy to be here.
There you go.
And I don't think she was surprised.
Okay, one no vote.
I think she was surprised.
Okay, we got one yes vote.
Was she surprised? Yes, she was surprised.
Okay, two.
Where's Diddy?
It's coming.
Yeah, they were surprised.
Okay. Okay. Go, Bubba, go.
Surprised.
Okay.
I don't have any film on my camera. Hey, Mom. Mom.
Baby and Alex can hear me in the back of the room? Yeah, we're okay. Oh, gee, that's bad. No, but one of the things I do want to do is formally welcome all of you to what's apparently one of the best kept secrets in Leechburg. That's hard to do, too. Well, if it's not the best kept secret, at least we ought to thank the guy who paid you to act like you were surprised. I don't know if that's credit to the salt skirters for keeping them occupied for the past 2 days. And, of course, then there are the three daughters that basically helped put this together. Barbara, and BJ, and Janet. Of course, I don't really count. Anyway, but it's gotten to be apparently quite a success. Actually, one of the key successes is to take a look and see who's sitting at the tables with you. We sent out 140 some invitations, and we only got about 20 negative responses. That puts about 120 people that were eager. Dr. Fraley was the first one. He even called, promised right on the bus. But seriously, it says an awful lot about the area. Out of about 80 households, 40 of them still have Leechburg or Vandrick addresses. In fact, I think they're addresses that have never changed. And quite a large percentage of them originally came out of the old Hungarian Reformed Church. Take a look around and you start realizing what's been going on. In fact, I understand it's not uncommon in Leechburg for the past 2 years to have quite a few 50th wedding anniversaries. That really does say an awful lot for the place. An awful lot of us call home. A place where we basically grew up in the principles that all of our parents basically taught us. Most of you taught your kids that of either here or some of them are spread out quite a bit around the country. So it's actually quite a tribute to those that have actually made it here. You got to give yourselves a hand for making it. In fact, we started looking at the wedding party on those that could possibly be sitting at the front table. And people, Matthew Gregor's here and Alex Buzzoy. Other than that, my parents are the only other, is she here? I'm sorry, I didn't see her come in. I'm sorry, I was under the impression that,
Not in there.
I was under the impression you were on our sick list. Excuse me. I didn't see her sneak in. You are recently out of the hospital. I see she's one of the ones in the back holding her hand up to her. I'm sorry about that. But I understand there are a few others that were on our invitation list that didn't make it. Ernie Fantino, I understand, is still ill. And Martha Tromby. And Louis Vargo is also on our list. Sandy left us, last evening? So there is quite a distinction even to the list of people that couldn't make it. Well, except for maybe Bell. Irene is here, but her other two sisters, we'll have to label those two folks as the ones with the latest excuses for not making it. Barb is in Dallas, and Margaret is in Georgia. In fact, Margaret was just living in Pittsburgh a year or so ago. But seriously, quite a bit of credit goes to the people that have actually made it. And as far as putting this together, keeping it a secret, just the last few days seemed tough. We had quite an arrangement of figuring out who was going to do my parents' taxes so the other kids could run to the house and steal photographs. Who was going to invite them over for dinner one night so somebody else could go. And yeah, I'm surprised you didn't notice your dress was missing. Somebody snuck in the house. And then I was worried that Sandy would notice us pulling up to the house when they weren't home, coming over and pounding on the door, wondering why we were there. All right. Of course, I seem to remember even whenever we were living in West Leesburg about, I don't know, 7 or 8 years ago, we spent more time at their house when they weren't home than other ones. They always seemed to be on the go. But it was still a little dangerous driving into town to make arrangements for the hall and hoping you didn't pass them on the street. But an awful lot of the credit also goes to Aunt Alice. We basically leaned on her for help in the mailing list, help in the invitation list, and quite a bit on a lot of the old history and a lot of the old photographs. And I think Aunt Alice deserves a hand here too. I guess whenever we start taking a look around the tables of each other, we start thinking of old memories. Quite a number of you, well, I suppose about 20 or 30 of you, send in little memories with your acceptance of the invitation. And we've appreciated every single one of them. We've put them in a memory book over at the far table. And it is a little regretful that I couldn't read all of them, or you'd really get bored watching me stand up here. But quite a number of them were rather similar. There were some key stories. In fact, I even picked a few up this morning, or today, walking around. But a lot of them had things to do with going to Hungarian dances and Hungarian Hall. I think Mrs. Held mentioned something about taking walks out to the cemetery, out to Georgetown. There were a lot of trips to places like the Dayton Fair, and the Solonoshutes always seem to show up on quite a few of the memory lists. One down beneath what we used to call the Hungarian tree, or the Indian tree, was down in what we used to also call the lower 40, the yard area down along the creek. There seemed to be 2 eras of bacon roasts. Those for when my grandfather, Seahap, was still around, and those were mostly down in the field. And then as we started to getting more and more Americanized, we started having them in the charcoal grills and closer to the house. It seemed like they were migrating their way up through the yard. But it was nice to see quite a number of you mention those and bring them up. There were things mentioned like Hungarian picnics. There was even a mention at the time that Dad scheduled his heart attack so that he could be in the hospital next to Lady Bird Johnson. A lot of people still don't believe that she really sent those flowers to him personally. For those of you who don't know, the 2 years I spent in Texas, they had visited us from time to time, and it is when he had his first heart attack, and he did actually end up in a downtown Austin, Texas hospital, and sure enough, the second day they were there, I walked over from work, and there must have been 30 guys in suits that looked just too good to be regular people. They were Secret Service, and the hospital was full of them. And I was surprised Barb Steiner even mentioned that. But quite a few of those came up. And I suppose one of the best pictorial memories came from Betty Blom. There's something about a fashion show or whatever, but the picture is on the video and it's also in the memory book. Apparently, eons ago, the gentleman made dinner at the old Hungarian church and later put on a fashion show. You're acting like you don't remember? We have proof. There are photographs. You wore the dress. It was low cut. The only thing anybody saw was your hairy chest. Believe it? We have the photograph. I'll show you. But there were other memories. The bathroom reminded us of the time when I call them Nutchapub. Sam C. had apparently caught on fire in the backyard. We seem to remember the day that my dad fell off the roof. And we were basically, well, we were just kids then, and Mr. Bass was running over there. He obviously didn't know what to do, but he sure seemed like it was awfully nice to have somebody else around that didn't know what to do either. But a lot of these memories came in from you. Margaret Andrews Halter also added to the list, as well as Kathy. I guess it's not Hertzeg anymore, is it? I keep running around here trying to think of old last names, trying to remember to put people's names in three groups. But in addition to what I referred to as my parents' three daughters, through the years there have also been another extension, basically having 5 daughters, and that's basically Yolanda and Kathy Flower and Sherwood now instead of Hertzeg. They basically grew up in the yard with us. You know, typical squabbles and fights, but also trips back. In fact, a lot of my old memories, whenever I was growing up, I thought we were big shots in town. We were world travelers. We started out making biannual trips to Ohio. There was the Cleveland bunch, and there was the Warren bunch. And then as the years went along, then there was the Akron bunch, where Kathy and Yolanda picked up. But, and then we were making trips for Pittsburgh. Heck, we were going to high school with kids that never even knew where Pittsburgh was. But, there were a lot of the ways that we basically built memories out of this situation. In addition, basically to our own memories of things like nicknames. My father was basically key on giving folks nicknames, and when you didn't know who you were, everybody got called JoJo, and then there was Sugar Babe for my mom, and of course that's where BJ came from. And Kim was obviously called Boo-Moosh, and who was it? Little Miss Wetmont. That was Barb. But Barb, when she was little, had I guess what you could call really kinky hair. Whenever it got wet, it kind of frizzed quite a bit. But I assume that's where the nickname came from. You know, and then there were old stories like the BJ stayed in the cabbage patch too long, and that's where she got spoiled. My dad consistently had a garden. I guess it kind of grew out of Sam C. Hat's beginnings, but it's still going on. There might be a few more weeds and a few less fancy things in it, but the hand pump that's in the yard is still nourishing it quite a bit. In fact, there were a couple times whenever I thought of even putting an electric pump on it for him. But in addition to being too lazy to do it, I actually thought it actually helped him out, give him some exercise, hauling water back and forth. But you know, there were an awful lot of items that came up like that. And then there were things like Hungarian words that we basically grew up with. In fact, some of them aren't even Hungarian words, but we didn't even realize them. I mean, I thought a cussy was the thing with the drawers in it, the bedroom. I never realized what a dresser was until I started talking to people at high school. And there was things like the chultok and chipash, and I still have a bayoush, I think. But, I tried explaining to somebody at work one day what chow chow was. And for the life of me, I tried explaining, well, gee, that's stuff that you had left over at the end of the year, and you kind of pickled it through in a jar. But I never did figure out what that was. And kuchina, well, that's still kind of oh, I'm supposed to tell people what these are? Like jelly pig feet for kuchina and chow chow. I guess chow chow is like braised pickle lily. I assume at least the Hungarians know what that is. And what, Chukos is just running around naked? And the chultok was the wash rag. It was always wet and always in the kitchen. It never seemed to get dirty and it never seemed to be clean. It was just always there. I'm sure we had an awful lot of them that turned over, but they always seemed to just always be in the same condition. And I never had any idea what else to call it. But those were just, well, yeah, what is neck leather? Nup leather? That's what I thought it was, the crack across the head. All I knew, whenever that puppy came up, I just sucked. But there were a few other memories that come along. Oh, you mean this gets added to the list? Oh, well, there are a few others. We knew we couldn't tell Dad about this. Because some of the other memories are, well, it may have gone over his head, he may not have paid attention or really worried about it. But once he realizes it's a secret, forget it. I mean, we used to get Christmas presents in November. He found out about it, that was it. My mom had to hide them from him instead of from us. But there were the other deepest memories, I guess. I mentioned earlier the Hungarian church. I guess my mother's group of family ladies, church ladies, was probably one of the best. Remembering all the meetings, all the places to go. There was never a lack of people to be with. There were the Kupases and Simons and the Vargos and even Mrs. Ferris and a few other folks that I'm sorry I may have left out. But actually, when you stop to think about it, they make up the core group of the people that were invited. And virtually every one of them has made it today. It's quite a legacy of what I really remember growing up. And it's part of the life I've always hoped that we've been able to establish. A core group of friends like we have right here. But enough about us. I guess also we want to basically introduce, what do you call it, the newlyweds? But we had gotten quite a few things, quite a few comments about my parents. But actually, in the list of things, they started to get a little redundant. It almost got boring at first, but the words kept coming up like loving and kind and trustworthy and honest and role models, and really it's quite a tribute. It's almost as though quite a number of you were comparing notes before you even got it down. Hardworking, which some people put a yuck to basically complain that might have been a tribute we might have picked up. But also, as I mentioned earlier, just the fact that quite a number of you are still living in the area, quite a number of you match the same quality, the same upbringing that you've given to your kids. And it says quite a bit about coming back home to Leesburg. It seems to be the place that people come back to. Even the Cleveland and Warren bunch would visit virtually every year. And what were they doing? They were coming back home to Leesburg. It says quite a bit to the area. And I like to think that my parents are basically perfect examples of the kind of family you can raise in a small town. I think they deserve quite a bit. Well, we do have a few awards to pass out. You're going to have the honors here, Barb? While Barb's digging those out, I'm assuming most of you know the people at the head table, BJ and Barb and Andy, myself and my wife Janet, but you may not be real familiar with the grandchildren table. Where's Glenn? He isn't sitting down. He's the guy behind the mic. And the newer members to our family, I guess the newest is Glenn, hiding behind the camera light. That's BJ's husband. And the grandchildren table, I guess I'd ask them to stand up and embarrass them one at a time. We'll start with the youngest, I guess it's Beth, that's my daughter. And her brother, another Andrew. And then there are Barb's kids. This is Vince Berger. And brought a friend with him, Janine. You might as well stand up and people will wonder if there's another grandchild around. And then there's Barb's daughter, Kim. Kim's guest is Tony Knopf. He's been a family member for quite a while. Another son, along with Stanley and John Sherwood. It seems that as families go, my parents' family keeps growing rather than shrinking. But do you still have these awards dug out? Well, let's pass them out.
They're right here.
Well, listen. Put it on.
This is a gift for you, and it says, my glasses are over there. Yeah, something you've always wanted, and we love you. Hurry up. Hurry up, hurry up. A medal of honor and bravery. I survived 50 years with Betty. He's always said, boy, I deserve a medal for being married. And not to be outdone, this is for our mother. It says something we thought you deserved. For you? Close your eyes. Okay, you can look at it first. This is an award of merit. All right. It says Betty Tackett for 50 years with Bundy.
I guess a few administrative notes. We do have a memory book. It is over here. By all means, all of you please take a glance at them. Every single note that we got, word for word, is placed in it. We got things like even little Alice faxed us something yesterday, and quite a number of you, like I said before, have written things, and we've put them there so my parents could have them forever. And by all means, take a glance at them. It'll stir memories for yourselves. By all means, if you happen to think of something, like the catching on fire of my grandfather that I didn't remember, that Mr. Baffy might have or had told me about. by all means, scribble them down on a little note, stick it in the book. I'm sure they'll be thrilled to have it. We do have a VCR running. My wife put together pictures. I think it's been running a little bit tonight. The first 3 minutes of it are actual footage that John Seahat took on 8mm camera film at the original wedding. And the continuation, I guess the first 10 or 15 minutes of the tape are old wedding photos. And then we kind of show our age. The majority of the remaining pictures are kids, predominantly grandkids. Face it, that's the way we own most of the cameras. But a number of the other pictures are in the books that were on the memory table, and I think we passed a few of them around. By all means, keep them moving. And if any of you happen to think of any photos that you think these folks would be happy to have, even if we could just borrow them, we can add them to the videotape, right? And return them to you if you don't have a copy. I think some of you actually made copies of old slides that worked very well. But anyway, how do we stand for eating dinner? Do you want to wait on?
Okay, bride.
Come on, newlywed.
Smile, smile. Don't cut each other.
Give her the first bite.
Okay.
Go ahead, cut and smash it in your face.
No, only certain people do that. We won't name them. Yeah, that's right.
All right, that's fine. No, they should feed each other.
Should I move that top off?
Let's cut the bottom.
Will we move that top off?
Yeah, go ahead, move it off. Eventually it will come. There's the lamb. Let Mom do it. You're gonna go flying? Use the knife.
Oh, please let it fly. I want to win $10,000. Let it land on.
Go on American Film Videos. No, it's not funny enough.
Oh, just hack a piece off. There you go.
Finally. Just cut that one in half. That's what older people do. They don't feed each other anymore.
No. Cut to the chase. That's it.
Do you remember what you did, Dad?
Okay, be nice.
All right, you're good. Yay! You didn't smash it.
Enough.
They grow nice. Oh, look at Mom. Look here, Mom.
Oh, I love this. It's all on tape.
Hey, Dad, why'd you run?
He's a smart one. I stood around and took the abuse.
Run, isn't it? I ran. You ran. That's what I did. I ran. Okay.
Now let's pretend way down low. And when I get home,
We have you landed, Captain.
No. Hi.
she decided she would keep my cat. My transportation, I wouldn't be needing that. She kept my baby until she gave to me.
Hey, face forward, guys. Smile. Okay. Smile. Ready? 1, 2, 3, cheese. Okay.
There you go.
Searching for my lost acre of salt. Some people think that
There you go.
searching for my lost acre of salt.
Okay. Good. Next.
Some people think that to play. It's my weakness.
Anywhere it's fine.
Some people think that
Okay. Next. Okay.
1, 2, 3, cheese. Okay. Cheese, 7, 8.
All right, everyone, smile. 1, 3.
There you go, buddy. That's the way you want to do that.
1, 2, 3.
That's it.
Oh my God! What that wedding dress is?
Oh, I remember the night
I didn't want a party. I told them, please don't have a party, but boy, I'm sure glad they did, because I had a wonderful time.
When did you tell us not to have a party? I remember hearing that.
I think she had a dream about it.
I think so. I think she dreamt that.
And now I'm getting anxious to open those gifts I said I didn't want. Oh, I want to thank you all so much for all your effort, all the work, all the patience you had with us. And boy, you're going to get